What if an awkward teenager sitting alone in a quiet bedroom could look into a cheap webcam and accurately predict the future of the entire entertainment industry? In January of 2017, an unknown 18-year-old kid from North Carolina locked himself in a room and did something completely unhinged. He started counting out loud, and he did not stop for 40 agonizing hours. That brutal, mind-numbing test of human endurance became the historic foundation of a multi-billion-dollar media empire. But years before that video broke the internet, that same teenager did something even more bizarre. He sat down, recorded a deeply personal message to his future self, and used a digital vault to lock it away for exactly 1 decade. When that time capsule finally unlocked, it completely shattered the internet, revealing a staggering contrast between a forgotten kid's modest dreams and the mind-blowing reality of his ultimate success. Now, he has done it again, leaving a brand new secret message for the next decade that has left the entire digital world questioning what comes next. To truly grasp the sheer scale of this internet phenomenon, you have to look back at the incredibly humble origins of a creator known as MrBeast. Long before he was purchasing private islands, staging massive stadium games, or launching global product lines, Jimmy Donaldson was just a hyper-fixated teenager desperately trying to decode the mysterious YouTube algorithm. He launched his channel back in 2012 at just 12 years old, pulling in a meager 15,000 views across an entire calendar year. For nearly 5 years, his content consisted of low-budget gaming commentaries, random skits, and deep-dive analyses of how other creators achieved viral success. People in his local community openly told him he was wasting his time, urging him to focus on a traditional college education or a stable local career. But Jimmy possessed an intense, borderline obsessive drive. He spent every single waking hour studying video thumbnails, pacing mechanics, and viewer retention charts. His radical willingness to completely sacrifice his comfort for the sake of entertainment finally culminated in his legendary decision to count to 100,000, a grueling physical and mental feat that officially proved his absolute dedication to the platform. The precise timeline of how this digital time capsule came to light reads like a fascinating chronicle of modern internet history. The story truly began back in October of 2015, when a 17-year-old Jimmy Donaldson sat in his childhood bedroom, managing a modest channel that had accumulated just 8,000 subscribers. Using YouTube's built-in scheduling tool, he uploaded a video titled, "Hi Me in 10 Years," and programmed it to remain entirely hidden until October of 2025. For an entire decade, the video sat silently on Google servers while Jimmy's real-world life completely transformed around it. When the scheduled release date finally arrived, the video automatically went live to the public, instantly catching the internet completely off guard. The incredible contrast between the teenager on screen and the modern titan of global media generated a massive viral wave, prompting the 27-year-old creator to film a highly emotional reaction video addressing his younger self's long-lost thoughts and fears. The concrete evidence preserved inside that 10-year-old video provides an absolutely fascinating look into the psychology of extreme ambition. In the original 2015 footage, the teenage creator looks directly into a low-quality camera, wearing a cheap gaming headset and speaking with a raw, unvarnished sincerity. He spends the video speculating about standard life milestones, wondering out loud if he will successfully graduate high school, move out of his mother's house, or eventually find a romantic partner. But his absolute, overriding focus remains entirely locked on his subscriber count. On screen, he delivers a striking, highly definitive statement to his future self, asserting that if he does not possess at least 1 million subscribers by the year 2025, his entire life should be considered an absolute failure. He expresses immense doubt that such a ridiculous number could ever be achieved, treating the concept of 1 million followers as an unreachable, permanent peak of human success. The actual data from 2026 reveals just how completely reality managed to shatter those original teenage expectations. Jimmy Donaldson did not just meet his 1 million subscriber goal, he completely obliterated it by a factor of hundreds of millions. By mid-2026, his primary YouTube channel officially surged past the historic 500 million subscriber milestone, firmly establishing him as the most followed independent content creator in human history, with a clear trajectory toward hitting 1 billion total followers. In his highly publicized reaction video, the modern media mogul looked visibly shaken as he listened to his younger self's anxious predictions. He noted that during the time of filming, his family was actively struggling financially, and the sheer pressure from his peers to abandon his creative dreams was almost completely overwhelming. The fact that a kid who could barely afford basic camera gear managed to build a global empire that employs hundreds of people and funds massive international philanthropy projects stands as a definitive, unassailable fact of modern cultural history. However, because this historic milestone was met with such immense global fanfare, a massive wave of theories and speculations instantly ignited regarding his next major move. Shortly after the 2015 time capsule went viral, internal production sources leaked information indicating that Jimmy had quietly recorded a brand new, highly classified video destined for the year 2036. According to a highly popular theory circulating among digital media analysts, this new secret time capsule shifts its focus entirely away from numerical growth and zeros in on the concept of corporate transition. Proponents of this theory argue that at 27 years old, Jimmy can still easily anchor high-energy, physically demanding stunt videos, but by 2036, he will be a 37-year-old executive. The theory suggests that his message to his future self contains highly explicit, strategic blueprints on how to successfully step away from being the main on-camera talent, permanently transitioning the MrBeast brand into a traditional Hollywood-scale media studio. A second, far more personal theory suggested by cultural commentators focuses heavily on his recent relationship milestones, specifically his high-profile engagement to his fiancée, Thea Boysen. This speculation argues that the newly recorded 2036 time capsule serves as a vital grounding mechanism designed to protect his personal life from the crushing weight of his corporate responsibilities. Insiders suggest that the message acts as a strict, urgent reminder from his 27-year-old self to never allow the endless pursuit of digital dominance or the management of massive commercial brands like Feastables to destroy his real-world happiness, family goals, and mental well-being. While these theories remain entirely unverified internet speculations, they highlight how deeply the global audience processes the immense psychological pressure that accompanies unmatched digital success. The current status of the situation shows an absolute, unprecedented wave of inspiration echoing across the global creator economy. The phenomenon of the 10-year time capsule has triggered a massive cultural trend, with millions of smaller content creators and everyday social media users uploading their own scheduled videos to speak to their future selves across the next decade. On a professional level, the current status of MrBeast in 2026 shows a creator who has successfully outgrown the boundaries of traditional internet entertainment. He is currently finalizing a massive, multi-million-dollar global competition series with Amazon Prime Video, while simultaneously expanding his philanthropic initiatives to construct sustainable infrastructure across developing nations. He has successfully transformed a teenage obsession into a permanent, highly influential fixture of global entertainment culture. Ultimately, this entire situation leaves the digital world with a profound, deeply thought-provoking question about the true nature of human ambition and ultimate achievement. It forces us to wonder what happens to the human psyche when you completely conquer every single dream your younger self ever possessed before you even reach your late 20s. By looking back at the exhausted teenager who counted to 100,000 just to prove he was worthy of a listening audience, we are reminded that massive, world-changing realities always begin with quiet, unglamorous moments of absolute dedication. As the digital clock continues to tick silently toward the year 2036, the next secret vault is already waiting in the dark, preparing to hold a mirror up to a man who successfully bent the modern world to his absolute will. What do you think will happen to the MrBeast empire over the next 10 years? Will he become the first creator to hit 1 billion subscribers, or will he step away from the camera entirely to let a new generation take the stage?